percentage points. Right? The margin of error was plus or minus 3%. Right? Which means that the Labour Party was leading the People's National Party by a 1 percentage point. Right? Outside of the margin of error. And Cliff and the rest of the panelists were saying it's a very, very close election because if you're only leading your party by 1% outside of the margin of error, it just tells you that the election is going to be close. You just have a 1% chance of winning the election, right? So that analysis is not being fair, and if it continues on this path, right? And I know that analysis strategy, you know what? Dan Anderson in this election cycle, you see, info, yes, is not going to show the Labour Party leading in no poll. And I can tell you from now, when he does the final poll, you know what he's going to say? He's going to say it is too close to call. Watch that. Everybody has to come out and say
everybody has
the
that.
Labour Party is going to win the election. His poll is going to show a statistic that, yeah, it's going to show the Labour Party and the People's National Party. A matter of fact, his numbers is going to show the People's National Party ahead. And if you notice how the Blue Dot people does their polling, their poll is more scientific. They use a lot of technology. They use various things, and they tell you how they go about doing the poll. Nobody knows how the analysis does his poll. I'm not saying it doesn't have a history of predicting elections. Yes, I don't know if you remember in 2007 when Dan Anderson was conducting his poll, right? And it is Portia Simpson Miller, that recruited Dan Anderson to start the polls for the People's National Party, in 2011. I don't know if you remember. But in 2007, every poll that Dan Anderson conducts shows the Labour Party behind. You know what happened? He did a poll, I think, a week before the general election. And that poll, he didn't have a choice, no. Because he knows that if he done a poll, if he did a poll that shows the People's National Party is winning the election, and it turns out that the Labour Party win that election, is going to affect his credibility severely. So that is why he had was to come and tell the Jamaican people that he found a poll and the Labour Party was going to win the election. So he predicted that election pretty accurately at the last minute. Now, if you can remember, and he got some seats wrong in 2011, even though he predicted that the People's National Party was going to win the election. But in 2016, he got it totally wrong. A matter of fact, all pollsters got it totally wrong. It's only a pollster from
wrong for Soon, Mr. Soon.
Derek Ramsamouch from Trinidad was the only pollster that predicted a Labour Party victory. And the night on TVJ, Dan Anderson was with the panel. I think Dan Jackson Miller was there. And info, him turn, him twist, him eye roll over to the sky. It's like the man was so nervous when he see the poll result, because remember now, Labour Party go into that election 11 seats down. They had was to hold their 21 seats and pick up 11 additional seats to win that election, because remember the People's National Party goes into that election 42 and the Labour Party goes in 21.
Yeah, 21.
Right, and the Labour Party was given a mountain to climb. They have to hold their 21 seats plus pick up 11 additional seats. And when him saw the People's National Party seats start to flip, he was a nervous wreck. In 2020, he had no choice but to predict a Labour Party, because every poll was having the Labour Party virtually 10% outside of the margin of error. So I don't know what his prediction was in 2020, his numbers was, but I know he predicted that the Labour Party was going to win that election. Well, that's what I say. Well, that is my understanding of it. I could be wrong, and I am just watching his final poll, and if he predicted again that the People's National Party is going to win the election, and it turns out that Labour Party will win that election, then he cannot do no more poll in Jamaica. because he's going to be branded as he's going to be branded as a People's National Party pollster, which he is.
He polled that Bobby will lose his seat, and if Bobby win, what is the problem with him?
If him poll that Bobby is going to lose his seat, I can understand, because the other pollster, the Blue Dot poll, is predicting also that Bobby is in trouble. So if you notice, his poll is saying that the Labour Party, the People's National Party is leading 3%, and the Blue Dot poll is saying the Labour Party is leading by 4 percentage points. So he's predicting a PMP victory. Blue Dot poll is predicting a Labour Party victory, although they are saying the election is going to be close and it's going to be won on election day. But what I can say to you, if he got his prediction wrong, I don't know what he's going to do, he's going in his final poll, he's still not going to call election for the Jamaica Labour Party. He's going to come up with a poll that says it is too close to call. So that means if the Labour Party win the election, nobody can say he predicted wrong. You get what I'm saying? Because he never predict that the People's National Party is going to win. Right? He's going to say that the election is too close to call and is anybody's game. Just to kind of prop up the PMP, to make them not really feel that bad, that they're going to lose election. If I come in with that strategy, to say why the numbers are too close and you're just 1% is outside of the margin of, you don't feel regular talk already. An election is going to win on election day, and who can mobilize the voters and work on election day. He's not going to come out outrightly and predict a Jamaica Labour Party victory. I can tell you, he's going to say it's too close to call. And when the Labour Party win election now, nobody can say in poll wrong. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, it's this type of polling, because I don't know if he's doing any polling outside of the Caribbean enough. I don't know, but Dana is really working for the PNP in disguise to demoralize or to demotivate the voters going out there in the interest of the PNP goal.
Yeah, he might try to because I listen to him, and what he says that in spite of the ribbon cutting and the opening of a ceremony, it is not resonating with the People's National Party. Even though the PMP slipped 1 percentage point, Labour Party didn't get any because they remained flat. That was his word, quote unquote. Labour Party remained flat, and it goes that 1 percentage point or 1.7 percentage point that the People's National Party lost based on his last poll. Labour Party didn't pick up that 1.7 percentage point. It goes into the undecided block, right? So you can see his rhetoric. I don't have a crystal ball, and I could be wrong. But if you have two pollsters, right? And this argument, whereby which they said a poll is a snapshot in time. It's a kind of a slight to get out of bad prediction, because when you get what I mean, they might say, alright then, last week when you take the poll, the people have this intention to vote a certain type of way, but the next day or the next week or the next month them change. Which is possible, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's a way out to kind of withdraw yourself from your bad prediction. Right? Yeah. And it's very, very clear that it's skewed the numbers. I don't know, but I'm just saying that I've never seen a poll where a party in the Jamaican context, where a party is leading, a party leader is leading in the poll, right? And moreover, a sitting prime minister, a prime minister that is leading his opposition counterpart, a sitting prime minister who have governed the country for 9 years already. So it's not like the people don't know what type of management a manager or a prime minister is.
Yeah,
they know him, and for him to be leading his opposition counterpart in Mark Golding, and then when it comes down to the party standing, the party is behind something the rightness of info. And something the right rightness. Anyhow, we come over and talk about something. I want to talk about too much about Donald's team because, you know.
What's the forecast? What's about the feedback we're getting on the ground in terms nationally with the campaign?
Well, the campaign is in full gear now. I see where they're keeping multiple meetings. I think over the weekend, 4 different constituency meetings was kept. One in Christiana, one in Kingston, one in Southeast St. Anne, and one was kept in Southeast St. Anne earlier that Sunday. So they kept 4 meetings last week Sunday. So if they can keep that up, you know, and the Prime Minister, you know, tour and travel around the country and come out and, you know, make himself be visible. People can see him. I think, you know, we should be in a good stead to win the election.